All right, we are at it again. If you haven't figured it out, this week our focus is on heroes. Shout out to Man of Steel, great movie, probably better than the Avengers and all the other hero movies in the past. So I had to play a little bit of Superman Returns as part of some theme music going on here. So this week we're talking about heroes. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the Archetypal Hero. So as an introduction, if you look on the screen, it says, what do Luke Skywalker, Simba, King Arthur, Moses, and William Wallace all have in common? Besides the fact they're all heroes, they're all archetypal heroes. So we're going to start, and I should have done this from the beginning, it's a better view. Going to start looking at little background information. So Carl Jung and Joseph Campbell actually came up with what an archetype is. And if you look here, definition is a recurring pattern of images, situations, symbols found in mythology, religion, art, and dreams of cultures around the world. All right, so you have your archetypal hero traits: unusual circumstances of birth, leaves family and lives with others, traumatic event leads to a quest, they have either a special weapon, supernatural help, proves himself on the quest, a journey, an unhealable wound sometimes, atonement with the Father for whatever reason, and spiritual apotheosis. Alright, so they typically have an unusual birth, often in danger or born into royalty. So like you have Luke Skywalker with his aunt and his uncle in Star Wars. Simba in The Lion King was born a prince. Moses was put in a basket because of greatness that was soon to be bestowed upon him from a biblical perspective. And then you have King Arthur in danger from Uther Pendragon's rivals. All right, so oftentimes they have to leave their family for whatever reason, be raised away from their people, like Luke with his aunt and uncle again, Simba, who ended up being raised by Timon and Pumbaa. King Arthur was basically trained by Merlin, the magician. William Wallace, you know who he is, on this question somewhere, was raised with, and the Bible was pretty much raised by Pharaoh's daughter and was hidden. All right, so we have traumatic events that unfold. So this is another trait of the archetypal hero. The hero's life is changed forever. So like when Luke Skywalker, well, he was Luke, he wasn't Skywalker yet, but when his aunt and his uncles died or was killed, that was changed his life and basically propelled the plot forward in Star Wars. When William Wallace's wife was murdered, Arthur finally pulls the sword from the stone. Simba fights Nala and then realizes who she was. And then when Yahweh appears to Moses in a burning bush and pronounces that he is the leader of his people and that he had to help free the people from Pharaoh. So events, some type of traumatic event that kind of propels the plot forward. Oftentimes these people have special weapons. In many cases, only the hero can wield this weapon. So like Luke, his lightsaber in Star Wars, Arthur's sword Excalibur, which he was the only one that was able to use it and yield it. Moses' staff, William Wallace's sword, and Simba's claws. All right, they also use supernatural help. Oftentimes they have had spiritual guidance. So like Luke Skywalker hears Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice and uses him as a guide, as kind of a mentor. Arthur has Merlin, like I said earlier, to help train him. Yahweh guides Moses, tells him what to do. Wallace dreams of his dead father. Simba sees Mufasa in the sky. If you haven't seen Man of Steel, Superman also in that film has images of his father when he was killed, who helps guide him and helps him through the movie as well. So supernatural help is a big piece. All right, oftentimes they have to finally prove themselves. So they go on some quest, like Luke blows up the Death Star and leads a rebellion. Arthur leads a battle. Moses performs miracles. Simba contemplates his life. And William Wallace leads his men against the British. All right, then there's a journey with an unhealable wound. The hero descends into a hell-like area and suffers wounding from an encounter with evil. Symbolically goes where normal humans can't and finds truth about self and learns about like inner strength and courage and being able to overcome and persevere. And sometimes they have to fight through these wounds, which is symbolic of being able to overcome and deal with issues and persevere. All right, then oftentimes there's some type of atonement with their father. Either the hero redeems their father's evil deeds or they reconcile with their father over the wrongs they had done. So like when Luke Skywalker finds out Darth Vader is his father, tries to reconcile. And there's numerous other examples where you see atonement. Then you have the Apotheosis. The hero is rewarded spiritually at the end of his life, or even through his death. There's some type of kind of salvation or reward awaiting that person, you know, kind of in the afterlife or here on earth. And that's pretty much it. So when we have our class discussions, we're going to look at some deeper issues as to that deals with heroes, deals with why do we feel the need to have these heroes, and some other kind of deeper questions that we're going to get into, and your quest is going to be based on this film. So make sure, hopefully, as you have been practicing at this point, that you were taking notes through the PowerPoint. Obviously, if you weren't, you want to go back and replay it and then turn those notes into Edmodo.